Good evening, guys. So, today is Monday, November 23rd, and today we traded in two stocks, as you can see, Infratel and Ama- Amarja batteries, and we made profit in both of them. So, in total, I made 6% returns on my investment, and I didn't even utilize my whole investment. So that means I was trading with 980 rupees, but in fact, in Infratel I used only around 200 rupees, and in Amraja batteries I used around 700 rupees. So it was a good day. Had I used the potential of the potential of my capital to the fullest, uh, I would have easily made above 100 rupees. So, if not 100 rupees, near around 100 rupees, which is very good performance according to my standards, which I have kept for myself. 10% a day is very good. So, let's get into the stock selection and why I chose these stocks, and then what did I do in these stocks. As I have told you guys earlier, in the morning, I chose these strong stocks which are there on charting. I've told you guys earlier as well, and these are the stocks which came in. So I picked out every stock which was below 500 rupees, below 1000 rupees, and above 100 rupees. Basically, the main filter is it should be above 100 rupees, because if it is not above 100 rupees, there is very choppy price action generally, and it's not fun to trade. So there are five stocks which I chose for today, but there were also two other stocks which were present in the previous day stocks. One was Financial Services, another one was Bajaj Holdings, but I didn't use I didn't choose Bajaj Holdings because it was a bit pricier stock, and see, it ran around 8% today, and I'm pretty sure it would have given very good opportunities, but let the bygones be bygones, and why should we cry over spilt milk? So let's see, we chose five stocks today: Castrol India, and let's see on the daily chart. Let's analyze it on the daily chart. uh, yeah, so as you can see over here, it has formed a pin bar candle now. It will most probably touch this line tomorrow. But let's see why I chose it today. So I chose it today because of this huge green candle which it formed, and it was also nearing the previous, if you see, the previous swing high. So it was expected that it'll at least reach till this point, which is 125.50, which is the previous swing high, the high of previous swing high. So because the stock has moved up pretty strongly with pretty decent volumes, so and yesterday it closed around 122, and the target today was 125. So I thought that, uh, being a 125 rupees stock, if it moves around, what is it, 3 rupees, so it'll be easy 2% to gain. And this is what, as expected, it happened. If we go on a 5-minute time frame, I'm gonna delete it. It was yesterday's previous days, previous trading days. So it started with 123 and came back to touch the previous resistance, which is now support. Went on to 125, which was pretty nice. I didn't trade in this stock because I was not very confident in the morning about this stock, and the price action I wasn't able to understand it. So I just didn't trade it over here. Also, if you see, the volume was pretty low. So I just decided not to trade this. And second stock is GSPL. This stock moved pretty good actually and pretty clean. Uh, which I didn't expect because GSPL is a stock which I've seen it. It does not. I don't like the price action in this stock, but I selected it anyways. So the previous swing high. Just a second. Yeah, I'm gonna clear out everything. So in last 3 to 4 trading days, although the stock has been rising since last many days, 3 to 4 trading days, you have seen the stock is moving by leaps and bounces. It's most gonna crash in next 2 or 3 trading uh, days, and then we'll find a good opportunity to short. And so yeah, I chose this stock because it broke this trend line. I'll just I removed the trend line which I drew. It had a trend line like this and it broke it yesterday. It gave a closing above the trend line. If we see this as well, it gave a closing above the trend line over here. It also gave a closing above this resistance point which I drew over here. Actually, I have been trading this stock since last 3 days. So it was there. This stock was there in my watch list day before yesterday. Also, that means on the previous trading day. That's why I drew these lines. And today the stock broke this. And anyways, I didn't trade in this stock. I didn't find it at that time very entertaining to get into this stock, so I'll move on. Godrej Industries. This stock was is also something which I don't really like. But what I can show you is this stock is forming a head and shoulder pattern on a daily time frame. If it reverses from this place, then it's pretty much expected that it'll come down to 352. And if not 352, then at least in the range of 370s and 380s. Um, so now let's go back over here. 5 minutes. Yeah. So the stock open, it was an area of resistance which I drew. It wasn't able to break previous day's high, came down, and then there was a free fall. If I show you on lower time frame, I noticed it was a free fall in this stock. There was no volume at all, so I avoided trading in this stock. See the opening candle at 9:15, there is no volume at all. It's 1.66k, and for a 400 rupees stock, that's very very low. Anyone with a good amount of capital, very small amount of capital, if you say 5 lakh rupee, even he can move the stock and can form a candle like this. So uh, there was there was no point trading this stock at all. So I didn't trade it, but then the stock wasn't I'll show you how the price action works on 5 minute time frame. wasn't able to break the previous day high. I'll draw it over here. uh, Came back down, broke the previous day low over here, and then it found buyers in this area as soon as the previous day low was broken. And this is the place where we could have traded when it was falling down, because it was in a free fall on a lower time frame. If you see, the candles are opening with a gap. Almost every candle opened with a gap, huge gap. So this area, the price bears stepped in, but still there were few buyers which pulled up the price. Then at 9:19, bears just left. Buyers over bears sorry, sellers left, and bears overpowered everybody. After that, it was a free fall. As soon as the low of the day was broken, one could have entered over here at 421 and exited around this place, previous day's low, which is which was around 416, easy 1%. But as I say, it wasn't very. Although the stock followed every parameter which is there according to me in technical analysis, very beautifully it went till the resistance, came back, broke the previous day low, found as soon as it broke the previous day low, found buyers over there, and then came back. But uh, there was no volume to support it. Even when the stock was falling with gaps, there was no volume. That means there were no buyers present at all. No buyers present at all. Also, we have to keep this in mind that this stock is standing at a place where it is expected to face huge resistance. It's a make or break thing for the stock, and most probably people have this psychology of following the herd. And like me, everybody who must be trading, every good trader with good amount of capital must be waiting for this area, the stock to move up or down, so that he can take the positions. If it comes down, definitely nothing can stop this stock to come till this area around 382 383. And if it goes above this thing, uh, then it'll go above, then I don't know. But if it reverses, then it'll definitely come down to this area. And this is my prediction. Market can always prove you wrong. So what I was trying to say is, in this area it was expected, so the volume was pretty low because everybody was just waiting and seeing that what will happen. And that's why I avoided trading in this thing. The main player for today, Amaraja batteries. So this stock I selected, it was a good 8 900 rupee stock, and I drew this line of support, line of resistance, line of support, line of resistance, and this was my area of resistance. So let's go deep down now. It was a good trade actually. I learned a lot from this trade. Uh, if you see at 5 minutes, in fact, I should go on a lower time frame to show you guys this thing. At 2 minute time frame, hmm, at 2 minute time frame, the stock opened. I took the entry at 9:21, I guess. Yeah, 9:21. 9:22 in fact, but I took my entry in this candle. So why did I take my entry in this candle, and in what direction? It was a buy entry. I predicted that the stock will rise from this place, and I was so wrong. Later, I analyzed my stock, and I just realized that I had taken a trade in the wrong direction because just a second. This is an area of because you see there is a proper area of resistance over this place, but we cannot go back we cannot go so much back into price action. Even if we want, then it won't be very practical. Just for referencing, because I'm also learning only, I'm not a very pro person here. I'll just draw this line just to see what happens. A very faint line. Okay. No, it doesn't reach. So, yeah, this was an area of resistance which I drew. The stock opened above the area of resistance, and the very first candle closed above the area of resistance. Yeah, and if we see here, there was a good amount of volume. That means buyers were interested here. And uh, the other two candles which were made, the volume was half of the first candle, and although it was a red candle, but then we can see the long wicks over here, and I presume that the buyers will eventually overwhelm and get these guys at this place. In this candle, I thought that although it's a red candle, but it's a doji, it's almost a doji, so the buyers and sellers are caught in a fierce battle. And the next candle was a green candle. So at 9:21, or rather at 9:22, I saw this, it's forming a green candle, and I thought that the buyers have won, and now the stock will rise from this place, and it will at least go till I drew a line over here. 892, this was my target, not 892. I just aimed, this is my target, I'll take around 1.5% and exit out of the trade. uh but then the stock started to reverse from here, and then I had placed my stop loss below this, the open of the low of the open. It came back again. At this point of time, I noticed there was a pattern forming, flag formation, pretty clear. At this point of time, it also became very clear to me that uh, it's not the stock is not in a very good shape right now, because it was losing volume gradually, not rapidly, gradually. Because if any stock loses volume uh, in a way which you find weird, or it's not following the pattern, then it's better that you exit that stock if it is not going in your direction. So it wasn't going in my direction, I would say. And at 9:21, I took the entry, which was pretty high, around 874 rupees. I was in red most of the time, but at that point of time, I saw this bear pattern forming, and I also saw that since the stock has opened with a gap, most probably it will go down to fill the gap. So I decided the strategy that instead of selling out on a loss, what I'll do is I will I will keep buying on dips because I had bought only three quantities of Amraja batteries. Let me check. Only one quantity, in fact, at that time. Only one quantity, and I thought that as the stock falls, I'll keep buying more till this place, 863, and I'll keep my stop loss around 861. So as the stock started to fall, I started buying. I started buying because at this point of time, at this point of time, before the flag was about to break, at 9:37, I thought that it's going to break over here, and it's going to go up and touch its, go to its, uh, go to the target which I drew, to go to the resistance point and meet its target. But then it decided to go down. I kept buying, placed multiple cover orders. As you can see, I bought it at 864, 868, 866, 5 quantities, and yeah, I just kept buying. That way I was able to bring down my average buy price, and once it came up till 872, I it came till 873, in fact, but I sold it at 871, and I went out of the trade at that point of time. Had I sold it at 874 like in this place, I would have made very good amount of money, around 100 rupee, which would have been pretty great. Not around 100, around 85 to 90 rupees. Uh, so this was one good trade. Another trade which I took was in Infratel. In Infratel, if you see last on the last trading session, Infratel had risen from this place to this place, which was around 17%. I knew there was bound to be some kind of correction happening. As soon as the stock opened up, there was a huge correction in the stock. It went down, and it was very dangerous to trade at this point of time because you see this candle, the low is at around 216, the high is at 222, around 3% of spread, which would have taken down, easily taken down my stop loss. But that I'm trying to show you guys here is where I took the trade actually. Yeah, so over here I saw a pattern forming. I took the trade. Oh, yeah, 915. Strong volumes, and then a good rejection from the top. I took my trade around over here, 217. Yeah, at this place, 217, and time I'll also check. 924, 23, 24. Yeah, at this place, 217, and then I waited. I only took 10 quantities in a cover offer. That's like 100, 200, 150 rupees. So mm, came down here 214 rupees, which was easy 1%. I sold it around this place 215. I wasn't hoping for huge profits. I just wanted anything which I can get out of it because the stock is very volatile. You see, just one candle and a spread of 3%. Last time it moved. Last previous trading session it moved 17%, so it was scary. And रिस्क से इश्क वाली चीज़ थी जो कि आई डोंट थिंक इट वर्क्स इन stock markets. And I kept my target over here, uh, this place. And yeah, that was it. That was the today's trading day. Yeah, good evening, guys. Happy learning.